But I'm just football summer. If you have just joined, thanks for joining stream. Mr. Johnson from Middlesbrough, North East of England today. To the big collab, it is Chelsea versus Manchester. But before we start, I want to explain this. Oh, hold on. I've just realised I've got the sound. I've just got the stream sound on the normal YouTube. Right, that's why. Musk United played today, and this is obviously Joe Willett's team. Went to that match earlier on, and there's a vlog coming out for that tomorrow. Non-league football. I wouldn't say it's its finest, but vlog for you coming out tomorrow. Welcome, we have just joined, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to What Bettrick Jack Vlogs. Of course, United fan focusing on the Watford Hornet. We're joined by a couple of guests.
Certainly.
We're joined by. Dare I say the odd one out?
Yeah. I mean, I'm the only one that has no affiliation to Man United, but I'm here anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we are joined by the Watford Hornet.
Yeah. That is right.
Yeah.
Someone go after me, quick. Someone.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's me. It's me.
Now everyone jump in.
Yeah. And there's Matthew.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on anyway, mate. Very much appreciated as usual. Obviously, you're making your is it your second appearance on the channel?
Yeah, or third. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah. There you go. And our next guest is, of course, the man from the Weekly from Cambridge. It's Keewan.
All right, Daz, how are you doing, my friend?
Cambridge.
Yeah, he is from Cambridge.
Cambridge. Well, you know, the cat's out of the bag now. Can't keep that secret. So yeah, that's where I'm from.
Well, don't worry. And we're joined by a duo, but I don't know which one I'm going to say first. But we're joined by the duo from United Fan Focused. I'll go to Matthew first of all.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Daz.
And then we got the other one, Luke.
All right, cheers, Daz. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, and let's get straight into things. And look, if you have just joined, please do drop a like, very much appreciated. And keep getting your comments in the live chat. So let's get started. Chelsea v United, a big game in the FA Cup. Both teams going to go for it. We're against the holders who beat us in the FA Cup final last season. However, with this time we're under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. However, the only downfall side is that we have no Martial and Jesse Lingard. So we're going to struggle in this game, but I want to know what your thoughts are on this game. We'll start with Keewan.
Well, I mean, look, it's going to be difficult, let's be honest. Obviously got our first loss in the week against PSG, and I think that was definitely a bit of a reality check for a lot of fans. And, of course, as well, Lingard and Martial being out, it's going to add to the difficulty of the task. But I think, you know, there is a chance we can do it. You know, we've still got quality players in our side. And it's just whether they show up. Pogba against PSG, for me, didn't have the best of games. So he's going to have to kind of, you know, pull his finger out and, you know, and perform if we are going to go through. And defensively as well, we need to be a lot more solid than we were. Because, you know, going away to Stamford Bridge, we've had a horrible record. So the only way we're going to stop that is by being disciplined and taking our chances when they come. Last time we went to Stamford Bridge in the FA Cup, I remember we had a few chances to score. We didn't take them. And ultimately, Chelsea did win the game. So, you know, if we are going to go through, we have to take our chances. And hopefully with Marcus Rashford being on the form that he's in, he'll be able to take the chances. And he'll need to have a good performance as well because you know, obviously without Lingard and Rashford, no, Lingard and Martial, sorry, and with Sanchez not performing too well either, Rashford's really going to be the main threat. So he needs to step up as well. And we just need to be defensively solid. I mean, I'm not really that confident for the game, especially after what happened against PSG, but it's a massive opportunity for us to bounce back. And of course, it's another opportunity to see what Ollie can do when he's tested. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, always love playing against the big sides, but it'll be interesting to see whether we can bounce back from PSG, and we'll just have to be much more disciplined than we were if we have any chance of going through.
Yep, absolutely, definitely agree. I think this is the game where we have to show our determination and strive. We are up against, obviously, the current FA Cup holders who have a habit of beating us in the FA Cup. And this time, playing them in the 5th round. I mean, I think we got to this stage last 2 seasons ago where we lost against N'Golo Kante scoring a goal. And I know, I mean, our record at Stamford Bridge, as you said, is dreadful. We haven't won there since 2012 when Chikorito Hernandez completed a miraculous comeback, which a lot of people remember as one of the all-time greatest comebacks under Sir Alex Ferguson. But, you know, we struggle against Chelsea, and we all know what they're capable of. They have a good front three of them, you know, Willian, who I think will probably play, Higuain now, who's at the minute trying to get some scoring form on him. There seems to be a link between him and Sarri, probably because of his Napoli days, where he just seems to click like that and then he's scoring goals for fun. And obviously Eden Hazard, who a lot of people have said didn't really have a brilliant game in these last couple of games. So, you know, it's going to be tough. We just have to go out there and do what we have to do. Matthew, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, our record at Stamford Bridge isn't great. Obviously, we lost 1-0 in the FA Cup a few years back, and I just want to see obviously a disappointing result against PSG. It wasn't great, but the quality was the difference. I want to see that bounce back. Obviously, that's what managers get paid for. But I do think that's what he's brought into the team. That fight and hunger to win games. Obviously, if we get a good result against Chelsea, that momentum we can take into the Liverpool match, which is really, really important. So obviously they've got their threats. Higuain's played, I think he's played 2 or 3 times for Chelsea. He scored a few goals. Hazard, you never know with him. He's been hot and cold this season. And obviously the likes of N'Golo Kante, we've got to make sure we boss that midfield. Pogba, I want the same midfield. Pogba, Matic and Herrera. I do think there will be some changes, obviously. Like Daz has said, Martial and Lingard are both out. So we'll probably see the likes of Mata. Probably see the likes of Mata in there and Sanchez. They've been in bad form, but this is definitely a game where they can show to the manager, especially for these next few matches while Martial and Lingard are out, that they can start. And obviously we've got some massive games coming up, but we've got to just concentrate on this game. Obviously it is only one leg, so I think the best way to play this game is playing that counter-attack of football like we've been doing under Ole. And we can hurt them seriously with our pace. Ashpilicueta's not fast defensively, and you've got Alonso there. So if we can get Sanchez, he's got a bit of pace. I don't know who's going to be on the right-hand side. If it is Mata, he's probably going to go into the middle. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really nervous for the game because I want to see our fight back. And I think this is definitely a trophy that we can win. Obviously, there's City, there's Chelsea are the only teams left in the competition. So if we can get a result tomorrow night, I think that's really important. If we can get some silverware, then that will be great. So, yeah, I'm just hoping for a really good game, hoping the players turn up, and hopefully that PSG game didn't take a lot out of them.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You know, it's going to be tough. We all know that. We're just going to read some of the comments quickly. Liam, thanks for joining the stream. He says he's late. Don't worry about that. United fan Vox put, interested to hear what you've all got to say on this one. Glenn Matthews put, to imagine a Martial, Rashford and Sancho front three. That would be great because it means we'd have more strife going forward on the right-hand side. He says he's not happy with the injuries. I don't think any of us are happy with the 2 injuries. Really, Luke? Luke's foot come back with the Jaffa cakes. Right, guess what?
Oh, he's got them as well.
There you go, see? Right, anyway. That's the point from you two there. Anyways, keep getting your comments in the live chat. Jude, sorry. What are your thoughts of this game? Obviously, as a neutral, you probably want United to win because you're a Watford fan. You don't like Chelsea, do you? But at the same time, what are your thoughts going in this as a neutral?
I think, to be honest, with Chelsea, they've got some big game players in that. I mean, obviously, they've come, recently off the back of a 6-0 loss to Manchester City, which is like, it's Daz is very happy about that clip. I think we're all definitely happy about that. But yeah, it's going to be a very tough game for Manchester United. I think, as Kieran said, it's going to be, well, the PSG game was a reality check, a real reality check. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said it himself, and I think United are capable of winning the game. But the likes of Hazard and, well, I mean, Chelsea's squad is so strong. In that front line, it could be Pedro or Willian. You never know which kind of what team Sarri's going to put out. And on a Monday night as well, genuinely, it could go either way. Man United not having the best record at Chelsea, but it's going to be a tough game for both sides. I think it's going to be. I don't think there's actually going to be many goals in this one, though. I think it will be quite low scoring, actually, but it'll be very even.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I do think it could be evenly matched, or it could be a one-sided contest. Yeah, I agree. It will be a tough game. I do think. Yeah, I don't think there'll be much in it. I think at the most, 2 goals at the most will probably be the outcome. By the way, say my prediction is 2-0 to Chelsea. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people can tell I'm not confident at all for this game, and that's mainly down to the injuries and stuff. And hold on, I haven't even got the thing on. Right, there we go. I'll turn the camera on in a second once I've just got this sorted. But it's going to be a tight contest. They've got obviously good players, N'Golo Kante as well, one attacking midfielders. So it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. But at the same time, I'm very, very nervous. Luke, what are your thoughts on today's game, on Monday's game, sorry?
Yeah, obviously, very big match. And even though it isn't FA Cup fixture, I think it's important that we bounce back after that reality check against PSG. Obviously, there are some injuries that are quite concerning, with Lingard and Martial being our 2 wingers. That front 3 isn't there. So it'll be interesting to see what front 3 we do go with. And I'm interested to hear, again, what all your thoughts are on how we should approach this game with those injuries. And it will be a difficult one, no doubt, with the injuries, but I do feel we can get a result against Chelsea based on the form that they are on at the moment.
Had me mic muted again. Very interesting. That is, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a case of, like, I think the 3 up front that Solskjaer decides to play is probably going to decide it. I mean, the 3 up front that I think he's likely to play is obviously it's either going to be Sanchez, Rashford, and Mata, or he'll replace Rashford with Lukaku. I think preferably we could do with Rashford up front instead of Lukaku. Makes the team a bit more better, I suppose. We just don't have anything going down the wings. So Sanchez, I think, is past it. And Mata hasn't really had a good season. But I think this is the game that he could probably show his worth against his former team. Comments coming in the live chat. Poch, for me, Ollie looked distraught during the PSG game. I mean, the PSG game, I think that just taught him a lesson that, you can't always, play pretty much the same formation to play the same tactics and stuff. This is where we'll see him struggle. I think he'll struggle now because I felt some of his decision-making against PSG was wrong. I felt he should have just, instead of taking Rashford off and bringing on Lukaku, he should have took off, and this might be a bit of a questionable decision, he should have took off Matic and put on Lukaku and then changed the formation to a 4-2-4. And then we'd have more strife going up front. Don't know whether you guys agree with me or not on that, but I mean, what are your thoughts? Just said that we'll start with 11 likes, sorry. I haven't even actually checked. We'll start with Matthew, first of all.
What was the question, mate? Sorry.
I was talking about possible changing to a 4-2-4 against PSG instead of bringing off Rashford for Lukaku.
Right, yeah, I thought that was a strange one. How I think, although Rashford didn't have a great game, he can definitely stretch them. And you saw in the last sort of 10 or 15 minutes, PSG were coming up the field a bit more. They were, they had most of the possession and they were just toiling with us. Obviously, Rashford must have been tired, but I think Lukaku coming off the bench in the last sort of 6-7 games, he's offered us nothing. I think I'd rather have Rashford on there, who's played 85 minutes. I'd rather he played that to the end of the match because he gives it all. He knows what it takes to to wear the Man United badge. And I think he's going to be crucial the game against Chelsea. Luiz and Christensen aren't very fast, so he can definitely hurt them. I think he can get a few goals. But yeah, just going back to your question, I think it was an odd one. I thought the substitutions were odd. Obviously, you can't help when you've got 2 injured players, but I would have probably brought on another player. I don't think Sanchez offers us anything. I think he's picked up a knock as well, so I don't think he'll play against Chelsea. But I think it does come down just to the quality. I think you can blame Solskjaer to a certain extent about the tactics, but I thought for 60 minutes we actually played pretty well. The first half we played pretty decent. There wasn't many chances in that first half, and that just shows how important Martial and Lingard are. Even if people do slate Lingard about his quality sometimes in the big games, but I think we are going to see with those players out, I think we are going to see us struggle a little bit. But I'm confident going into this game that Mata, he has been hot and cold this season. He has had a few good games against Juventus, for instance. But you could see the likes of Pereira come in. It just depends. We haven't got a lot of depth in our squad, but we'll have to just wait and see what Ollie picks.
Yeah, very interesting points there. You're confident with this game? A lot of people are, a lot of people aren't. Unfortunately, I'm one of those who isn't, as I've already said. But, Mata might have a decent game. I know this is a time for him to show what he's made of against his former club. Would you class Mata as a right mid or right winger?
I mean, I've always known him to be like a number 10. I don't think he's got the pace out wide. I think at Chelsea, we did see him on the right-hand side more than the left-hand side. But I think as he's got older, as he's come at United, he's been at the club, I think, 5 or 6 years. I might be wrong on that, but I think he's lost a lot of pace, and we can't play him on that right-hand side. He doesn't get crosses in. He's not fast enough. I think he's more effective at number 10 position, and maybe having the likes. I mean, we haven't got a lot of options out wide. That's why I think in the summer we should buy a right winger. We haven't got a world-class winger at United. We've got Lingard who's injured, but I think Mata, he's definitely a number 10. That's what I know him for. But I mean, I guess other people might have different opinions.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just looking intriguingly at what Luke's just put. Get your Elton John lyrics in. I'll start. How your life is while you're in the world. A couple of comments have come in now. There's no watch along due to rehearsals. The first time I've ever put a rehearsal on the Flaming Monday night. Mike Loudon, thanks for joining the stream. Hello. I couldn't even do it properly, never mind. Glenn Matthews has said that we need that director of football ASAP. So Stan's put, damn this setup, I go for 2-2. Interesting. I won't be able to do the prediction shout out this time, unfortunately. 2-0 to Man City. I've already told him there's no watch along. Glenn's put world-class CDM for us to compete. I think he's on about Kante. Solstan just put don't know what that emoji is. But if I'm on for 8, thanks for joining. Put when the Blues score streaming in. That's a Chelsea thing, I think. That. George Aston, off you go. I'm waiting for the thing. Right, goodbye. Thank you very much. Asian Game, thanks for joining the stream as well. And the United 2 as well, thanks for joining as well. Doing a diss track? No, I'm not doing a diss track.
That'd be quality, mate.
Talking about football, talking about attacking wise, I was playing football on an aeroplane the other day. I was running up the wing.
How do you do that?
Oh, never mind. It's a joke, mate. I was running up the wing.
Oh,
Luke, come on.
That's a clanger. He's dropped the clanger.
jeez.
I'm not doing any more mods at the moment, mate.
Doesn't get
City
any better.
only because they got an easy team all the time. I wouldn't say they get easy teams all the time. But anyway, Kevin, what are your thoughts on this topic that we were talking about?
Well, I mean, obviously, your original point you made, obviously, about the fact that we kind of we took Rashford off of Lukaku. I didn't agree with that personally. I thought, to be honest, I agree with Matthew there. I think, especially, I think the fact that we already had, Lingard and and Martial injured. We had no pace up front, and to take off Rashford, to bring off really our only pace up front was not a very good decision from Solskjaer, in my opinion. Obviously, he's a new man. We have to give him time. He is going to make mistakes. He's still a relatively new manager. He's only come from Molde in Norway, in late December. So, he's still got a lot to learn in management. So I'm not going to, get on his back too much about that. But I think against PSG, it might have been the right thing to go a bit more attacking, like you said. I think I wouldn't have taken Matic off, to be honest. I think in terms of when you're playing like a big side, you do need to have a bit of stability in the midfield. But I know where you're coming from. To be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have put Mata on, even though there wasn't much choice.
Yeah.
I think Mata is kind of finished on the wing. I don't think he offers us much as I think Matty said that as well. And also, obviously, Lukaku doesn't offer us that much, but at least he's got a bit more pace than Mata going forward. So I would have done something with that. Sanchez as well has been really disappointing, especially for 500,000 a week, and he needs to start pulling his finger out if he is gonna stay at United longer. Because if he doesn't start performing, I don't see him being here at the start of next season. But yeah, I think to answer your question, I think we shouldn't have brought off Rashford. Really, I think we should have kept him on because I think he would have offered us a bit of an outlet going forward.
Fair enough. You said that obviously we had no choice of bringing on Van Mata, but we didn't have anyone else who could play at the right wing, could we? Or if I was going to think about it, I would probably say probably changing the formation, maybe because he did have 4-3-3 originally. I would have probably just put on Lukaku instead of bringing on Van Mata and then made it a 4-4-2. Maybe, but the only issue with doing that, at the same time, you'd have to have Van Mata on anyways to your right mid, wouldn't you? So I don't think would have worked anyway. But as I said, a very interesting point there. Luke, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with what Kieran was saying about Mata. He can't be playing down the wing. The only position for Mata is down the middle, and Sanchez cannot be playing on the left wing. We see the best of Sanchez on the right wing, and that's where we need him. So I don't want to see us play the same team that we saw in the second half of that PSG match. Now, I don't even think that a 4-3-3 really suits us with the players that we've got out, unless we play the likes of Heath Chong and Gomez, which I doubt will start. I don't see a 4-3-3 working for us, and I brought that up on our preview that you were on with this, Dal. We need to look at something different potentially going into this match because we've not got the wingers there, and it's very concerning with that front three. I would go with a strong squad, even though we're playing Liverpool, but I think there's a big enough gap between this match and the Liverpool match. So we need to go all guns blazing. And I think Chelsea will be taking this seriously as well because they're not in a great situation. And I feel like Sarri is going to be determined to try and win the FA Cup. I think that's a priority from this season. Obviously, Dal, you mentioned that they won it last year. They'll be looking to try and retain it this year. And yeah, we need to take this match very seriously. And the main thing after a loss is that you bounce back. And it doesn't become 2 and then 3 and then 4. We need to bounce back and get a result against Chelsea and move forward and put that PSG match behind us.
Yep, fair enough. Absolutely agree with you there. I mean, just off topic, you know how I like to add a bit of comedy into some of these streams. So when I was at the match earlier, there was one of the defenders got tripped over by a chicken, and it said foul. Right. Yeah, never mind. Not sure whether you understood it or not, but never mind. And there's also one football team I know that likes eating ice cream, and that's Aston Villa. Right.
Oh,
Never mind.
Us.
that's the last one. Aston Villa.
Classic.
Yeah. Newport County have scored.
Have they? It's 2-1.
Look. Does the love and the
Come on,
defecates.
Newport.
Really, Matthew? Really, Matthew? Yeah.
Is it 2-1?
Yeah,
It is 2-1.
I can see you eating those Jaffa cakes in the corner.
Yes.
Oh, well, we said it's 2-1. Phil Foden's just scored.
Oh.
Is he still a,
1 minute after they scored, Foden's just scored for City.
That's second of the game.
Yeah,
Is he playing more than 10 minutes?
I don't know.
It's
3-1 now, 60 seconds later.
City are such a joke club. You know, they spend all that money. Well, they're not a joke club, but they spend all that money on those youth players and they don't play them. Look at Sancho now. And like Foden, he's only got like 10 minutes under his belt. They're never going to promote youth. Guardiola doesn't do it.
That's the one thing.
Well, fun fact for you, Sancho was at Watford for 7 years before. Because of the rules, we literally just basically take a youth player for peanuts off another English club.
Yeah.
They got him for 80,000 Man City, and then he refused to train with them, forced to move to Dortmund ways completely. Yeah. I mean, he was never going to get any opportunities at City. So what a move it has been, and more youngsters should get a chance. And it's the Bundesliga is really proving like a home for English youngsters at the minute.
I mean, I think he's the one player that we definitely need. Something on that right hand side. I think it's something we've needed for years. And I think he's so young and he's so fast. And obviously, people could talk about how different Bundesliga is compared to the Premiership, but I think he's just the player we need. I think he's got energy, he's fast, he can suit the style of play on the counter attack. But whether he'll want to come to United is a different thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, Watford fan. If Sancho stayed at Watford, do you think he would have got a chance there? And if so, do you think he'd be tearing apart like he is at Borussia Dortmund?
Well, to be honest, I think we would have. I don't know. We're not known for our amazing youth academy because we really don't have. I mean, we've produced some talents, but we're not like Southampton or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to say because when he was at the club when he first started, I mean, we changed owners and we've had a complete transformation really. So it's hard to say whether he would have got a chance or not. Really, you can't really tell.
Yeah.
Interesting. Also, whilst we're on to you, Jude. What were your thoughts on what we've been speaking about? Because we didn't get a chance to get to you.
About the formation.
About Lukaku coming on for what?
Yeah. Well, I think someone's put Chelsea are better than Watford and Southampton. Oh yeah.
Well, that's true, to be honest with you, isn't it?
But no, I think. Listen, it's a big game and it's a Champions League game, but it's one game for an inexperienced manager. He's got some tactics wrong, but he's still learning his side. He's still very new. He's still working out which players are best in because he's winning so many games. He did almost in a way needed that set setback. I mean, maybe not in that way. You know, it's at the home leg as well that you've lost to PSG. But yeah, he needed that setback. He's going to readjust things, I think, and if he gets the permanent job, and I mean, that's been the big talking point since his first few wins. But if he gets it, I think he's still going to need a couple of transfer windows to really get the side that he wants. So I think he is the man for you lot, and he just needs time. I think he really just needs time. I think he's the best manager though that you've had since Fergie, really. I mean, the others haven't been great, but yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's very interesting, and you've heard it from a neutral fan. Also, City have just scored again.
Okay. Oh, is it?
And it's ended Newport County 1, Manchester City 4.
Oh, it's 4.
Riyad Mahrez.
Wow, what a shock! I wasn't expecting that. I went for a 7-0 Newport win. But
I was thinking about 10-0. Please drop a like we haven't really done, so guys, very much appreciate it. Let's have a look at some of the comments quickly before we go on to nothing. Look, Sancho and Koulibaly United. You're not the only one, mate. Glenn Matthews also put, I feel like we can offer PSG, Sanchez and Lukaku and 100 million for Mbappe.
I mean,
pushing it, isn't it? Pushing it a bit, isn't it?
So basically offer all the Deadwood and 100 million for Mbappe. I mean, well, one, they would never accept, and two, he wouldn't never want to come to Man United, let's be honest.
I'd pay you 100 million to take the Deadwood.
Yeah, exactly.
They're never going to take the Deadwood. Yeah.
Does a lot. I've already seen that one. Blah, blah, blah.
What score predictions are we going for?
Did I not ask that? Did I ask that?
Not yet.
I don't think you did, no.
Oh, that might have been the next one then. By the way, I'm not doing prediction shout outs for this game, sorry, because I'm not going to be able to close them in time. From our thanks to John Streams, I put Chelsea FC are better than Watford and Southampton.
Yeah, they are.
Fair enough. Lynn Matthews thinks it's going to be 1-0 United. Interesting. Can you get your comments in the live chat as well? Make sure you subscribe to everyone on the calls. I don't think I've got the links in description. So a lot of people. Well done, Newport County says the football channel HD. What?
Just Kieran is making me laugh.
No, because I was doing the sign for down below, and then you said, "Oh, I don't think I've got this in the description." So I was like, "Oh no." It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough. Well done, Newport County. Well, fair enough. They beat us, so you know. And if I'll tell you now, if City were playing Borough, I'd be there. So there you go.
Yeah, well played, Newport. Really good performance.
Yeah, well done for bottling it, Newport. Well done.
Bunch of bottle jobs.
It did better than Chelsea, so I guess
Absolute.
That's true. To be fair.
Yeah. Okay. Next thing I'm going to ask you, predicted lineup and your prediction. But I might just start first of all. The usual for me, get it out of the way. Obviously, with the 2 injuries we have, this is going to make it a bit of a tough decision. This is a game we could play some of the youngsters. I very much doubt it, though. I think David Hayes going to be in goal. The back four of Luke Shaw, Lindelof, Chris Smalling, because I felt he had a good game against Fulham. And what was I going to say? Diogo Dalot, which is a risky one. So Dalot, Shaw, Lindelof and Smalling. Give Bailey a break for till the Liverpool game. And then in front, I don't know. In front, 3 in front have to be the same front, the 3 in midfield. However, Matic and why am I getting Why am I getting jumpy noise? I don't know what that is. Herrera, Matic, and Pogba, and then the three up front. If we do play a 4-3-3, it'll have to be Sanchez, Rashford, and Mata. And as I said, my score prediction's 2-0 Chelsea. So I'm not confident at all. But what's your score predictions, guys? We'll start with Luke first of all.
Okay, yeah. Mine's 2-1 United. Yeah, I think we'll just edge it. But like I say, it's going to be a very close contest. But looking at Chelsea's form, I go into it fairly confident, even though we've got these injuries that we're worried about. Kieran?
Yeah.
Well, am I going? Or
Yeah, go ahead, Kieran.
all right, decent. Okay, all right. Well, my score prediction. Well, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be. I mean, I don't like predicting it, but I'm not going to predict. I'm going to predict a 1-0 United win. I think it's going to be very similar to what happened when we played Spurs away from home at Wembley. Very, very tough game. But in the end, we did. We do kind of. We need to take our chances, and if we do only get 1 or 2 chances in the game, then I feel that we can take them. But I think it's going to be a very, very tough game nonetheless. But if we do win, it'll be another massive step for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in him getting the job. So yeah, 1-0 for me.
Fair enough. Matty?
Yeah, I agree with what Luke and Karen said. I think it'll be quite cagey. Like I said earlier, our performances and our results at Stamford Bridge isn't great. Obviously, their atmosphere, and it just seems like when we go to Stamford Bridge, they play to that next level. We can take a little bit of something. When we played Chelsea, I think 2 years ago, when we lost 1-0, a very scrappy match, not a lot of chances. I think it'll be a similar sort of game where probably in the first half we won't see many chances, and in the second half, players will be taking chances. And I think that's where the goals will come. But I think we will just edge it 1-0, and I think Rashford will score. And I think it all just depends with Chelsea's lineup as well. If they play Hudson-Odoi, for me, I don't know what other people think about this, but he's a really good player he's got a lot of pace and he can definitely hurt Luke Shaw. But I guess it just depends with their lineup. If United decide that we want to keep a fresh side for the Liverpool match, we are playing them in like 4 or 5 days' time. For me, that's a more important match. Making top 4 more important. Making sure next season we can bring the players in and we'll be in the Champions League and stuff like that. But like I said, 1-0, and I think it'll be a cagey match.
Fair enough. Watford Hornet as a neutral, what's your score prediction?
As I said, I think it's going to be low scoring and very even. I'm going to say these games go to extra time, don't they? There's no replay at this point.
Yeah.
Is there? So I'm actually going to go for it to go to extra time. It's going to be 1-0, and then in extra time. I don't want to upset you, but I think Chelsea are going to win 2-1.
Fair enough.
I'm going to be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised if we did lose, but
I do think that our away performances have been good. I think we've won the last 6 games, which I think that's definitely something we can take into account. That I think we do play better football away from home, and I think obviously Martial's definitely going to hurt. He would have been a really good player to play. He can definitely hurt Aspilicueta, but as long as we get the result, that's all that matters. And like you said, it's only 1 leg, so it might go to extra time, and then you never know, it could go to penalties. But I think it's important because if we get past this next round, there's only City left in the competition, I think. Maybe Tottenham. I'm not sure if they're still in it. I think they're already knocked out. So if we get through this round, we can get to the final. So it's going to be a huge match for Ole. I want to see a fight back, like I said earlier. That's important. I think that's what we lacked under Mourinho. We'd go on bad results, and it would just go from there. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Fair enough. Fair point. And Luke, no.
Come on, you've got a whole milk tray there.
It's milk tray. It's just the fact that cupcakes, mate.
Have you demolished the whole lot?
And no, I don't eat the whole lot. But unfortunately, I haven't got the I don't have the magical powers to pass it through a laptop.
Fair enough.
But
I'll
okay,
send you my postcode.
nickname for Matt, Keno.
Yeah.
Kino.
That's what we always said.
Yeah.
It's still alive.
Yeah, it's
I
still
was watching off Watford and Palace. Also, I'm trying. Yeah, I think there's only City left. Out of the big teams.
Big teams.
No, out of the top teams.
Do Watford count in the top teams? No.
No.
I mean, we're having a good season, but definitely not. A long way to go until then.
No offense, but no.
Yeah.
I've got a question for the Watford fan, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Just seeing that Watford pretty much a mid-table team. I'm just wondering, like as a mid-table team, what do you want to see from Watford going forward? Because you're not really big enough to fight for the top four, but you're safely in the Premiership. So, as a Watford fan, like, what do you hope for going forward? Like, maybe winning a League Cup or what? What you're expecting?
Excuse me.
Sorry,
carry on.
It would be nice to win this cup whilst we're still in it. We're in the quarters now. I think it was a couple of seasons ago we got to the semis of this competition. Well, I mean, we beat Arsenal in the quarterfinals and then lost to Crystal Palace in the semis. I mean, just has to be the way. But no, I think we are a very capable side, and Harry Garcia is actually even at his previous clubs, he's got a reputation of beating the bigger teams. So I actually think FA Cup is, I mean, whilst obviously we're definitely by no means the favourites for the competition, but I feel like it's quite realistic. And also, we're 2 points off Wolves, I believe, in 7th. Could potentially, if we get that 7th spot, that would be massive going into Europe. And I think we are 4 points clear off 9th place as well, after beating Everton, who Marco Silva, if you know, you know. But no, yeah, I think I would take. Well, obviously, I think any fan would take an FA Cup, winning the FA Cup. But if we finish 7th this season, that will be an absolutely massive achievement for the club.
Yeah, fair enough. Is it still 7? Is it still 3 teams in Europa League, or is there only 1 now? Because Arsenal, I think Arsenal are 5th now. There's only
Arsenal 5th, Chelsea 6th, Wolves 7th.
Is it still top? Is it still the top 7, or is it only the top 5 now for Europe? I don't know.
I think it's 5th and 6th, and then 7th might have to do a playoff or something.
Yeah, it's called
right.
The Champions League.
Troy Deeney for Lukaku.
I'll take
Troy
it.
Deeney for Lukaku.
Would you take it?
No. I would not want Troy Deeney to
Actually, got a question.
Yeah, go on, Matty.
I've got, what is your favourite FA Cup memory? Obviously, we've had a few in the past. Obviously, Ryan Giggs, but I guess we'll go straight to Kieran. What's your FA Cup memory for United?
Well, being a Man United fan, for only kind of, I mean, I've only started. Well, I mean, I think in terms of when I started supporting them, if you're looking at that, I would say probably, I think Jesse Lingard's volley would have to be up there, just because it was, one of the first times, we won the FA Cup, and just to win it in that sort of manner as well, kind of a volley in the last kind of few minutes of added time in extra time, in extra time, It was such a great win to win, and even though it was only against Crystal Palace, it was a very, very good feeling. So I would say definitely that would be up there. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with that because I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Luke, what are your thoughts?
I'm going for the same as Kieran. The time we won the FA Cup before that was 2004. So we went, over 10 years without an FA Cup. So in my living memory of 17, I'd have to go with that match where Lingard got that late goal and ran to the fans, and Louis van Gaal got sacked straight after. So yeah, I'd go with that as my favourite memory.
Yeah. Mine. There's a couple I could think of. Ryan Giggs. And there's also Lingard. You know what? I'm going to go for Lingard.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just the way he took it was just he took it expertly to the top corner. Anyway, what were you going to say, Luke?
My favourite FA Cup memory, I think. People might disagree on this, but I actually think when we played Everton, Martial's goal, it was a great goal, and we needed that goal to progress to the competition. Lingard's goal was special. It was a great volley. I think against Everton, obviously quite a tricky team, and we were going through a tricky time at that time. We were picking up some bad results, and it wasn't going great in the league. So I think that goal for me, I mean, if you're talking about since I've been supporting United like Kieran, then for me it's got to be Lingard's volley or Martial's goal.
Fair enough. Does this question apply for Jude because he's not a United fan?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I know what we'll do. We'll change it up. What's your favourite Watford moment in here?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's got to be, when we played Arsenal in the quarterfinals of the cup a couple of years ago, when Guardiola, one of the he wasn't very good, but he smashed. It was one of the hardest shots I've ever seen. It rocketed. Deeney held it up, laid it off to Guardiola. He rocketed it into top corner, made it 2-0 away from home. I was at the game as well. It was, it was absolutely smash. It was the atmosphere was buzzing, not for the Arsenal fans, but it never is, even when they're 6-0 up against anyone. But I think that's got to be my favourite FA Cup memory.
Fair enough. Yeah, Adling Guardiola. In case those don't know, he came from Watford and came to Borough. Did just as good as a wet fart. He was off. No offence, he was absolutely dreadful, but he was good at hitting long range shots. But he scored naff all for us, so it was a waste of time having him. Just a couple of questions have come in the live chat, so we'll go on to just have a look at some of the comments anyway, because we haven't been on the comments for a bit. My favourite Elton John song is Crocodile Walk. Classic, says Luke.
Yeah.
Step into Christmas, I thought a good one.
Not making an appearance.
Mini Mad, thank you very much for joining the stream. Also, ADM23, thanks for joining. Dizzy FIFA, thanks for joining. Elliot Heald as well. I think I might have already said that, but thanks for joining. Mini Mad, who is a Boa fan actually, he's put Tadaz and all the United lads here. Realistically, do you think that you are better than Spurs? Because I think you are, but do you think you can finish third and above them? Of course, Jude will be able to answer this one as well, even though he's a United fan, but that's fine. I think we'll start with Matthew for this one.
What was the question?
Okay.
I lost track there.
Right. Mini Mad put, to dozen all United lads here, realistically, do you think that you're better than Spurs?
Right.
He thinks that we are. Do you think you can finish third and above them?
For me, I think Spurs are going to be finished third. I think they're 7-8 points ahead of us, and they've been able to grind out these results. Obviously, Fulham, where I was expecting them to drop points, Leicester, I was expecting them to drop points, and they're finding a way. And they've got Dele Alli, Harry Kane coming back into the team soon as well. It's interesting because I think the Champions League with a thin squad that they've got, it might impact them. But I think they've got too many points, and the games we've got left in the Premier League, we've got City, we've got Arsenal to play, we've got Liverpool, we've got some tough games. So I think finishing fourth is good enough for United. Obviously, we'll have to play that qualifying game to get into the Champions League. But if we win an FA Cup and get into the top four, for me, that's a successful season. Obviously, it would be a dream to win the Champions League, and I was gutted we didn't do better in that first leg. But you never know. We can go to PSG and pull up a result. Our away performances have been better than our home performances. So you never know. We didn't turn up on the day, but I think the priority is the Premiership, and I hope Ollie understands that. But I'm sure he wants to get some silverware as well.
Nice one.
That's how you muted.
That's a
Yeah, no. Yes. Before we go to anyone else, I just want to say TFC HD's put Gillingham quarterfinal 2000 and Arsenal in 5th round 2002 and beaten Charlton 4-3 in the year 2004. That's he's Gillingham's favourite moments of the FA Cup, I think. Also, Elliot Hales has put a thumbs up. Football Channel's also put Ty Gooden, amazing equaliser goal away at Arsenal in 2002. Gillingham won the goal of the FA Cup that season. Matthew put, my favourite is Dan Dare, pilot of the future.
No, it's a bit naff, that one.
Also, welcome to Aaron Richards. Thanks very much for joining the stream. Please do drop like if you haven't already done so, guys. Very much appreciated. Well, you know, it's going to be hard for us to get to third place. I agree with you. I don't think we're going to get third. I think in the minute our main target is trying to just get into the top four. Doesn't matter where we finish, as long as we get into the top four. But you know, I think Spurs were always going to be better than us in the table. I think in that case. But as I say, interesting points there. Luke.
Right, so I'm going to go ahead and just give like all of my
top
6. I'll just give them all. So City on top, Liverpool 2nd, Tottenham 3rd, United 4th, Chelsea 5th, Arsenal 6th. That's what I'm going for. Nice and simple.
Simple as that. I agree with that.
I agree. Yeah.
I think a lot of us, think that's going to happen. Daz, are you with us? Here.
Well,
just stone.
Here, Watford fan, you give us yours.
Go on.
Actually, in fact, I'll put Watford 7th just for you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, your turn.
Having tech issues. Oh, he's gone.
Are we still live? We're still live. We're still live.
We're still live. Right,
Yeah,
we're
carry
on
on
the stream now. My predictions: City to win the league, Liverpool 2nd, Tottenham 3rd, Man United 4th. I agree with all of that. I've got. I think Arsenal and Chelsea is debatable. 5th or 6th. I think. Just to switch up, I'm going to go Arsenal 5th, Chelsea 6th.
I mean, my top 6. I agree with what you guys have said. I think City. The squad depth they've got is great, and their second team could almost make our first team. It's that good, and I think it'll be Liverpool. Then I think it'll be Tottenham because they just got too many points, and they've got a run of quite easy wins coming up. So, and then I think United, and I think it'll be Chelsea who'll finish. Who'll get that next position, and then it'll be Arsenal. I think with Arsenal, it's just they haven't got a lot of world-class players. Obviously, Ozil's been in and out of the team. And obviously, they got that bad result the other night. And I think they'll be prioritising the Europa League. So, yeah, like what you've been saying, I think as long as we get top 4, who cares where we finish? This season's just a project. It's just building up next season. I think that's why when people say we should be going all out in the Champions League, I think it's more important, more realistic with the squad that we've got just to go for the Premiership.
Yeah, I mean, I think with my top six, I'd probably agree with your top four. I think in terms of the debate of whether we can catch Spurs, I think what they've got a 9 points difference on us. So I think just the fact that there's only 12, 12 games left of the season, I just don't see us gaining 9 points on them, especially with the really difficult run of fixtures we've got. So yeah, I'd agree with that top four. But definitely, I think fourth, fifth, and sixth is going to be very, very hotly contested. And it's very, very hard to call, I'd say, because both us, Chelsea, and Arsenal both have our pros and cons, and I think yeah, I would like to think United will finish fourth, but fifth and sixth, I mean, you could practically flip a coin. I think it's very, very hard to call. But if I did have to call it now, I would say Arsenal would finish sixth and Chelsea would finish fifth. I just think Chelsea have got a bit more about their squad than Arsenal, but you never know.
Right, he's back.
That's his back.
I'm on the iPad because I'm having issues at the minute on the laptop.
Right.
One issue is I'll have to end the stream at some point, so I don't know how I can do it. So I'm having issues with Internet Explorer. Anyway,
We'll find the 8 hours
carry on
stream.
with what you were doing.
No, we just discussed the thingy.
Top six.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you got yours?
What else came up in the comments?
Also, Daz, we've got about 10 minutes, and then we have to leave you.
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
Okay.
I'm just trying to sort stuff out. Whilst we're on here, what I want to know is, I don't think we did predicted lineups, did we? I know we did some predictions, but not lineups. What are your predicted lineups? I didn't say who to start with, did I? We'll probably go with Watford Hornets, actually.
I mean, I'm not obviously a Man United fan, so I might say someone and they're probably injured or something, but I think, it's the cup, and I think someone said it, Liverpool on, is it next Sunday? That's the more important game for you, really. But I think De Gea will be in goal. I mean, Romero might get a chance, but I think it will probably be De Gea, considering it is against Chelsea. I think it will be Shaw. Gonna go. Lindelof and Bailly have been solid, but I feel like I've just got a feeling one end's not gonna play. No, I'll go Lindelof and Bailly. At right back, I think it will be Ashley Young. I just think that's. I mean, I don't think necessarily it should be Ashley Young. I just think it will be in the middle. I think it's gonna be